All right, welcome back. Smallie Chaser River Bassin Series, October monthly 2024. Got a little update on the series as well as a little unboxing from one of our supporting partners. So we're pretty stoked about that. Had a chance to get out this last weekend and take a look at some host sites for 2024. So really excited about that, meeting some new people, designating sites for events for 2024, either in a single day or multi-day event on the Shenandoah River and on the New River. Those are the first two rivers that we have gone and investigated. Some really cool sites to have on-site events in 2024. So really excited about that. But update on the series for the month of October. We currently have 40 anglers competing in the October monthly, which is awesome. Completely stoked about that. We hit our cap that we wanted to hit. It was our goal to hit 40, and we hit 40. So we are really stoked about that. I know the supporting partners are as well, given this was our first monthly, remember, Smallie only series. So we've had 40 anglers, and we've had 310 fish caught already after 21 days for the month of October. And pretty stoked about it because you know a lot of people don't fish in the fall. A lot of people stop fishing in the fall. A lot of people only chase smallies in the summertime, right? When right now in October and November is where a lot of the big old girls get caught. I mean, if you look on their Tourney X leaderboard right now, you will see 8 Virginia. I'm pretty sure West Virginia too. I'm not positive, but I think they're 20 inches too. West Virginia, Maryland designated smallmouth citations. Now, in Virginia, you can be designated by length, which is 20 inches or more, or you can be designated by weight. But these are all length. So on the leaderboard right now on Tourney X, we have 8 citations that range from 20.75 to 20 inches. So in that range, we've got a 20, a 20.25, a 20 and a half, another 20, another 20.25, a 20, a 20, and a 20.75. Okay? And we have a 21. So maybe it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Never 9 now with that submission. So now we're up to 9 as of noon this afternoon, this morning, however you want to look at it. I've only had 1 cup of coffee, and between the time I had a cup of coffee, we've added another citation on the board. Remember, submissions for this series you can add within 48 hours, okay? So if you catch it on Saturday or Sunday, you can add it on Monday morning. So that's how it works, okay? So make sure you follow that and find it in the rules for that. But as it stands right now, the leader on the leaderboard has caught 99.75 inches of smallmouth. Who'da thunk it, right? Who'da thunk it? All the people telling us that not possible, that you can't get, anywhere close to 100 inches of smallmouth bass in Virginia or West Virginia, Maryland. We've got 99.75, 98.5, 98.5, 98, 96, all in the top 5 so far in the series. And in the series, we've already given away some things that are getting shipped out. We've already given away day 1 prizes. We've given away the 2-week halfway midpoint prizes. There's a lot of different things in this. Our series is a lot different than a lot of other series, especially in our region, on how we're going to do things. To keep people engaged, keep our supporting partners with our anglers engaged, elevating our anglers to the next series, like kayak bass fishing events above us, and really develop our anglers into a kayak fishing club for smallmouth only, okay? So then our club can send these anglers to these national competitions, whether it be Kayak Adventure Series, kayak bass fishing, for example. If we wanted to send to like Bassmaster, the Bassmaster Susquehanna regional event. So if like a national trail came into our region and it was a smallmouth designated river, we would work with our supporting partners, we would work with our series, we would work with the club in order to send our top anglers to that event to where they wouldn't have to worry about entry fees and things like that. And that could be pretty steep. These entry fees now are anywhere from $250 to $295 for a 2-day event at the national level. So it really does a lot to grow a lot of our angler participation. Plus, we'll have a lot of contingency awards in 2024 with through our supporting sponsors. In terms of the anglers that are part of those using those brands, um, tagging those brands throughout an event, whether it be video, whether it be social media, video posts, comments on social media, all that good stuff. Depending on where those anglers place in a in the event, we'll have some contingency awards for those specific brands that the anglers in our community are supporting. For example, a particular kayak brand. For example, if you're running a Bonafide, if you're running a certain kayak that is in the dealer network of our supporting partner, then we could do some contingencies for that. In terms of helping anglers out, increase payouts. We'll also do contingencies for KBF members. So be sure to join KBF, the ambassador level, in that regard. And then you'll be able to actually compound your winnings and your payouts in 2024. It won't simply just be based on the number of anglers that are participating in the event, which is pretty much the norm. It's pretty much a pay-to-play kind of community in terms of the number of registrations times the number of entry fees equals the payout. There are a few that will do guarantees no matter what. That usually comes from sponsors and things like that, which is another kind of model. But we're actually going to work with the contingency model. So you can also, depending on your rods, your baits, your apparel, your kayak brand, different things in terms of the videos that you do, in terms of your kayak cart, in terms of like all these different things that you can do, that you can participate in that if you are part of our community, because that's what we really believe has kind of taken a headshot, okay, in the last few years post COVID, is why a lot more sponsors aren't getting into it. Okay, they're not, because they're not seeing the return on their investment. Okay, ROI on, because there weren't ceremonies and there weren't award ceremonies. They went away. Everything went to online. There wasn't really any real engagement. We want to bring that back. Okay, so that's critical. And I think some series are going to do that. I think KBF was going to be on that, getting back to that. I think requiring attendance at award ceremonies for events in 2024, things like that. So pretty stoked about everything. Again, 40 anglers, over 300 fish, 300 smallmouth caught in 2 weeks already. And we also have, obviously, our Future 20 Dake Fest award for the month as well, for the smallest Future 20, which is Future 20-inch citation. It's about, I think it's a 6-inch right now, smallmouth bass measured on a catch board. Go figure. Like I said, we do things different, and that's what we want to do. We want to differentiate ourselves from everybody else, and so we're unique. We're already unique because we're river bassers. We're Smallie chasers. We're different. We fish different. The series is sponsored by Living a Smallie Life, which is a complete campaign of getting more people to smallmouth fish in our river systems, pushing our river systems, making sure people are aware of all the access points in our river systems, getting out on the river and all that. And that's different than a lot of these other trails that pretty much focus on largemouth. Nothing wrong with that. It's just not our life. Our life is a Smallie life. We like to tether our kayaks. We like to wade fish. We like to, go out there when it's 2 feet of water, and fish. And so we fish different. How we approach fishing is different. How we approach the whole tournament scene is a lot different. In a sense, because there are a lot more smallmouth anglers out there that aren't participating in these tournaments. And the biggest reason why is because largemouth guys are tough to beat. Like if you're fishing for greenfish versus bronzebacks, a lot of times in a lot of events, the greenfish is going to win. So and that's the problem. Unless you get really on scheduling Smallie centric river systems, right? Like Susquehanna, where that's where they all go. If you notice events in our region, mates, okay, the Smallie events have greater participation. They really do. If you go back the last 3 to 5 years, Fishing Chaos, Tourney X, and you look at Bassmaster Susquehanna, Hobie Susquehanna, okay, you look at regional events that have bronzeback challenges, okay, you look at the spike, okay, and then they go back to their normal events, which are largemouth fisheries. Okay, and so they get those people for like one event, and then those people go back to fishing for smallmouths, right? They're pretty much fishing in monthlies. Okay, usually KBF or something like that, because there's no really centric series focused really, that they're aware of. They're out there, but there are smaller series that are more localized, and haven't been brought to the forefront of everybody's attention. And that's what we want to change, because there's some phenomenal series: West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, okay, that fish for smallies. Just most people don't know about them, and they don't know where to go to look for them. And sometimes the apps aren't real easy to track down. Certain events. So that's kind of like where we're at with that. So we're a little over. We're obviously halfway through. We got about 10 days left in the October monthly, and met up quite a few new people, which is what it's all about. Okay, so please share if you're a Smallie chaser. Share these videos. Share the Attorney X link. Get it in the hands of people, in the region. There are 2 divisions for this, so you're not just looking at the top person on the leaderboard. I think right now we have Thomas Cox is winning in the Roanoke division, and Emily Reinhardt is winning in the Central division. So we have 2 divisions in our series for the October and November monthlies, and we'll probably carry that over. We may add a Tennessee division. We're exploring that right now, and or a Pennsylvania division. So what that means is those would be rivers in Pennsylvania and in East Tennessee, predominantly for those anglers. So they don't have to travel as far east or far south to participate in our series. They can fish for smallmouth in East Tennessee, because you got some really great smallmouth rivers, whether it be Pigeon River, Little Pigeon, French Broad, I guess. Things like that, and River of Death. you've got a bunch, and then Pennsylvania, obviously Allegheny, Susquehanna, maybe the Yacht, Allegheny, Clarion, and Susquehanna. So we're in talks like that. We want to take things slow, kind of build out. Really all pegs on what interest is, but so stay tuned for that. Now, one of our supporting partners for Smallie Chaser River Bassin Series is custom bait maker Lake's Edge Lures. Okay, awesome custom baits. Okay, had the opportunity to visit with them at a recent expo held in Virginia, and to check out all their baits. Phenomenal pattern colorations that will absolutely entice your strikes. Like I say, I like to work with custom bait guys that their baits are catch ready, what I call catch ready. Okay, because they're actually dialed in their forage patterns, and things like that. Their coloration, their forage, depending on what kind of custom baits they are making, whether they be hard baits or whether they be jigs, for example. And so we really want to match the right size, the right coloration patterns for presentations for smallmouth bass in our river systems, right? Jack does a great job with that. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, and I have not. This actually came. He actually messaged me and was like, "So what'd you think?" And I haven't even opened the box yet. Okay, and so that's where it is. It was delivered when I was gone over the weekend. Like I said, checking out some host sites, trying to put some things together to really elevate things a little bit, and was delivered over the weekend. So this is what we got. Got it right here. You can see we're all straight up. Let's take a look at these lures. I'm really excited about this. All right, here we go. Right off the top. All right, we got. Get that bad boy. These are Whopper Ploppers, okay? This is a 90 millimeter plopper. Look at that. Perfect coloration pattern. I know for a couple other guys out there that love to fish for snakeheads. and that stuff. But that is awesome, awesome. Also, right off the top, the bone pattern. Everyone knows this popular pattern, okay? I think that's a 92. 90 millimeter whopper ploppers right off the bat. Check those out. I'm going to leave all the information for you to be able to get in contact with Lake Eggs Lords, in the description, both on YouTube and on Facebook. Okay, so 90 millimeter whopper ploppers right off the pack. You know, I just know the way this is. You know the way things are. I love the 90 millimeter. Okay, what else we got? We got a 1.5 square bill Tequila Sunrise. 1.5 square bill. Get that bad boy. That is awesome. It looks like there might be another one in here. Oh, there it is. I saw it. Beautiful. Let's check this out. This also is a Tequila Sunrise jerkbait. Check that out. Flip that over, because I'm an idiot. Look at that coloration on these bad boys. Beautiful, beautiful colorations. So we got jerkbait and a 1.5 square bill. Okay, reaching down into the box. Probably what he's most known for, most popular, are probably his shad patterns. Okay, American shad 1.5. If you guys have watched any of my videos or anything on Facebook, you'll know what I'm talking about with this. A crackle and then this American shad are two of the ones I picked up at the expo that are great. These are also great square bills for you largemouth guys on lakes and reservoirs, especially in Virginia and Maryland. Places like Burke Lake, Hunting Run, Lake Anna. Sexy shad, American shad. You guys know the drill on that. This is a 1.5 square bill. Let's see what else we got in here. So we got another 1.5 square bill. Another 1.5 square bill in the bluegill pattern. Get that awesome. This is just a beautiful bait. And you guys know the way it is with these bluegill patterns in the lakes and reservoirs in Maryland, Virginia, and those highlands as well. You know the way the bluegill and perch are like just prolific and become forage. This is just a great. Also for the river systems though. Upper Potomac, most definitely. Bluegill, crappie, definitely the Smallies will smash anything in those coloration patterns. That is again a 1.5. All right, we got a Tennessee Shad Sonic Side KO. Tennessee Shad Sonic Side KO. Look at that absolute beauty. Look at the coloration on that. See how that color shifts? Just as I turn it with the light. Look at that. Really dark on top. That is an incredible bait right there. Love that Tennessee Shad pattern. Sonic Side KO if you're going to message. Maybe I'll list all these too on the Facebook page. So JL Scott Fishing, I will list all of these baits too so you know which ones to specifically ask for. All right, what we got here? Oh, let's see. Let's pull it out. Let's stay. Actually, let's stay with shad. Tennessee Shad pattern jerk bait. Tell me that's not absolutely sweet. Okay? This is a junior, a 110 junior Tennessee Shad. You guys know jerk baits are absolute fire right now. You guys know I've predominantly been catching a lot of the smallies on the jerk baits. Especially I just did a video from the Monocacy River. But absolute thrasher pattern. And you know, this Tennessee Shad pattern, one of the reasons why I like Lake Edge so much is this actually can sub for your shiner, okay, like on Susquehanna. And so while it is a Tennessee Shad, it has that coloration, that dark, and that shift that a shiner has, a golden shiner. So that's a really great pattern color. Okay. Looks like we got Purple Haze. Purple Haze 4-inch spook. Look at that bad boy. Looks like cracked a little bit. Crackle pattern. Better on this side, Jay. Look at that. Purple Haze 4-inch spook. Crazy, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy bait. Okay, we got 3 baits left. 3 baits left. Crazy. All in this one box. Okay. So let's go back to a Whopper Plopper, which you cannot go wrong, obviously. And you cannot go wrong with your frog pattern. This is a leopard frog pattern Whopper Plopper. Okay, you can get these in 90 millimeter and 110, I'm pretty sure. Any bigger than that, you want to make sure that you get, you contact, and because they may have to get the blanks for you. But definitely 90s and 110s. Kind of my jam. But I know some guys like those 130s. And some guys like those 70s. So, like, you know, but look at that pattern. Perfect frog pattern. Okay, we got one more Whopper Plopper in the box. Okay, big theme here. Top water right now in the fall, absolutely, has been September to now has been absolutely crazy. Everybody knows that. So jerk baits, Whopper Ploppers, anything like that has been basically the juice on the Upper Potomac, the Shenandoah, the New River, and Monocacy. I haven't gotten any reports from Rappahannock, so if anyone in the last week or two has been out on the Rappahannock, hit me up with a report from there, because that's one of the rivers I just haven't gotten any reports back from. And it is, obviously, can't go wrong with the black. Look at that. Look at the eye on that thing. Look at that. Awesome. Just awesome bait. So this is a black bone Whopper. And again, almost all these color patterns you can designate whether you want 90 or 110 or a different size, or maybe if you want them, you know, the coloration pattern in a specific square bill jerk bait. Then we got the last one. I'll save this last. I saw it in the bottom of the box because I'm really excited about it. It is a jerk bait, okay? And it is obviously a rainbow trout color jerk bait. And let me tell you what, this pattern is virtually identical to what's being stocked right now in Maryland, okay? And I think Virginia. They're trout stocking programs right now. If you go on my Facebook page, Dale Scott Fishing and Eats, you'll see the Maryland trout stocking program where I put up within 24 hours when I get the information of where they're stocking, and or have stocked or are going to stock the next day. Okay, when I get that word, I always post it up. We've already posted in about 7 counties already in Maryland in the last 2 weeks. Well over 5,000 trout have been stocked already, and this just creates a massive feeding frenzy in a lot of these, you know, lakes and reservoirs, as well as some of our inland river systems where they're stocking. And so this just becomes, you know, a great bait to use. And it's the right size. This is a junior, okay? It's a junior jerk bait. So it's the right size, okay? For smallmouth, okay? You will catch a lot more of the smallmouth bass on this, in my opinion, on this junior size than you will that 5-inch, okay? Whether it's Mega Bass or Lucky Crab, whatever, you know, big box brand that you're going to see that are like 5 inches. These are a lot more effective for smallmouth. And plus your hookup ratios, and they don't throw these. They don't throw these as much as the 5s because of the leverage, because it's a smaller, more tighter, more compact. The distance between the hooks in that regard, you'll find your 5s get thrown a lot more, okay? Because you know the way those smallies are. All right, so that is the rainbow trout. Now I'll try to take some pictures of these and break them down on the Facebook page as well. Different presentations, different things you can do. But you want to reach out to Lake's Edge or check out their Facebook page, follow them, and check out all their coloration patterns that they have right now. And you may also be able to find them. You definitely will be able to find them in Virginia at some of the expos in Virginia throughout the year, where you can come and see all like a huge presentation of all the bait colorations and styles and stuff they do. They also have some glides, swim bait, glide baits that you want to check out. I know they have a rainbow pattern in that, which is a phenomenal bait. And so it's just something you want to check out. Okay, so this is just an unboxing for Lake's Edge Lures. Great baits. Okay. If you haven't, if you're unfamiliar, I understand there's a ton of baits out there. Trust me, I know. And this is what we want to do with the series and work with custom only bait makers as opposed to the major big box, big aisle brands. Trust me. Okay. It's, we've had people contact us. Okay. I'm just not really interested in those big names, big manufacturers when it comes to the bait side, because I just believe that there's a lot of custom bait makers that need our support. They're all local businesses. They all have families in our communities in our region, and they do phenomenal work. And the baits are every bit as effective, if not more effective. Okay, in my experience, if not more effective than the names that you may be familiar with that are actually, pushed by name brands. What I mean by name brands, I mean by anglers that have a brand following. But when you become a co-angler or you talk to co-anglers, and co-anglers will tell you the juice, that a lot of those guys aren't really throwing all the baits that you would think that they're throwing. Okay? And I know that to be true from my own experience when I've talked to guys. A lot of guys throw custom baits. A lot of guys do. Even guys that are sponsored by the bigs, okay? And there's a reason for that. It's because of quality, and them being able to work with you to get you exactly what you want, but also to get you coloration patterns that may be no longer available, okay? By the familiar brands that you're more familiar with, whether it be at a big box store, okay, a Bass Pro, an Academy, anything online, okay? Because a lot of times some of the colors go away or some of the colors are never in stock, right? And that's the coloration pattern that you want. You can have a custom bait maker. They're not going to make it exact because the guys with integrity don't do that. They're not just going to copy to copy, but they'll get you something that's unique in that same color pattern generation that's going to be every bit as effective. So just think on that. Check it out. Please share this video to anyone who loves whopper ploppers and jerk baits and square bills for sure. And then check out Lake Edge Lures and everything that they have available because this is just a small sample size, guys. Okay. If you hit them up at an expo, you'll have an opportunity to kind of see the whole gambit of stuff with like all our custom guys. They just do phenomenal work. Whether it's smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, snakehead in our region, just a great bunch of guys building their own small businesses up, and that's who we love. That's who we want to support. Again, us smaller guys do things. We think different. We fish different. We do things different. We're kind of a niche within the fishing community, so we kind of do our own thing. We fish our own way, the way we like to fish. We live that Smallie life, okay? And this fits right into that, is those people that are custom designing baits specifically for us so that we can increase our catch rates. All right, again, please like and subscribe to the channel. Please share the video. Please check out on Tourney X, the Smallie Chaser River Bassin series. Please follow those anglers. You will begin to see those names, I promise you, in the next year or two on the national level. We have absolute hammers, and all they need is an opportunity. And a lot of that is what this trail series is all about, providing them an opportunity to hone their craft and then to send them to the bigs, to the national series, and represent our region in our smallmouth river bassin community. All right, mates.